This is a little overview about how to write the background for a CER. So what you need to do is you have to give your reader background information so that the evidence and the reason section, they have something that they understand about the topic. So the background is going to be something that you've learned before, or maybe you did some independent research about the topic so that what follows on the paper is going to be more accessible to your reader. The way in which you do that is you're going to look at the title, Insulators and R values, CER, and you're going to look at the focus question, how can heat loss be measured using various insulators? And you're going to see if there's some words or concepts that might need to be explained to your reader before they read the rest of your CER. So I'm going to go in, and just to kind of make it more obvious to us, I'm recommending that you go in with orange because that's our vocabulary color, and you highlight words. So right now I want you to pause your video so you have this document up, and I want you to take a moment to read the title, read the focus question, and what word or words would you highlight? So take a moment to do that first. Okay, so hopefully you highlighted insulators and you highlighted R values. You could also maybe highlight heat loss, but definitely the insulators and R values are going to be the two main terms that come up. So we're going to then look at, so I know I have to give some background information about these topics in order to support my reader so that they understand the evidence and reason that follow. So I have the background checklist here. It's also on page 1 of your ISN. So it says background for 6th grade, you need a minimum of 3 sentences and they have to be relevant. In 7th and 8th grade, that level goes up. So I'm basically looking for 3 things. Okay, so I'm going to write them here just so we have them. So the 3 things I'm basically looking for, 3 things that I'm going to be kind of grading you on is 1, did you cite the source? Okay, so that's one of the things. So you have to have a properly cited information that's in your background. It could be from the ISN, or you could have looked at something else, like the internet. Okay, and we have information about how to do that on page 190. So one thing I'm looking for is that you have cited a source and you've done so properly. The second thing is I'm actually looking at the content. So in this case, you would be giving me sentences about what is insulation, what is R value, maybe something about heat loss. And the third thing I'm looking for is, do you have the minimum number of sentences? So have you said enough on the topic? So once again, for 6th grade, the length needs to be a minimum of 3 sentences. So what you're going to do is below this little box, it says background, below this little box, you're going to type your background here. So according to, and so think about what might be some pages that you could reference in your ISN. So look at your table of contents. Where do we talk about insulation? Where do we talk about R values? So you're going to be like, according to, the insulation R values reading on page blank in the ISN, it says, and then you have to put things in your own words here, okay? So those are the 3 things: properly cited, talking about insulations and R values to give your reader some context for what's going to come, maybe talking about heat loss as well, a minimum of 3 sentences. And then the claim is just a simple statement. You're not explaining anything or your reason, because that would go in your reason section. So it's just a simple statement about what material is the best insulator. So the options in this are air, newspaper, aluminum, cotton, wool, sand, or cork. So you're going to make an initial claim, something like aluminum is the best insulator. So not explaining it, just a simple statement. Okay, so it's just 1 sentence, very short, to the point. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful.